it's me, Andy. Yes, I'm back to filming 2 videos in one day. I said I might film one, and I still haven't heard anything from my mother yet, so I'm going to do something to take my mind off it, and Jake is currently out with friends, so I'm not going to text him and bother him too much. Don't know why my brother's door just totally moved around so much. Okay, that was weird. Because he is currently asleep. It's the ghost. I swear. It's the ghost in the house. It likes messing with me. Oh well. So like I said, I have been reading. I actually finished a book in 2 days because I needed to finish it. Actually, I think it was like 2 days. It was like 2 or 3 days that I finished it. Mostly because if Jake's at work, I will read. Before taking to comments, about me talking about Jake, currently, with my whole situation with that, with hanging out with people, I don't hang out with people hardly ever. Like, I made a video about ghosting. You can go watch that. It's mostly with my life stuff, I think, or I don't know if I've made a playlist yet. I do not remember. But, I did start with a new D&D group. I think I mentioned that before. There's 3 people besides myself in it, and Jake is one of them. Jake is the DM, and he was in 2 videos with me. He and I have gotten really close, and I do talk to him every day. And yes, I will be making a video with him again soon. But anyway, yeah, Jake's one of the only people I talk to right now. There is a reason for it. We're not gonna comment yet, please. I wanna make an announcement first before we start commenting on it. Anyway, so yeah. Back to why I'm actually making this video and not getting really self-conscious about an announcement video. Because it scares me a lot. But I finished a new book, and he's out with friends, but he's still texting me, so that's a treat. Especially right now because of what he's doing. Anyway, gonna ignore that, and he keeps texting me. Oh, sweetie. Maybe I'll call him after this video. I'm 3 minutes in, I haven't even started. So, some of you may remember, if you've been with me for this long, that I read a book almost 2 years ago, wow, called Perfect Chemistry, and there were 2 books after it, so it's a trilogy. I don't think there's more. I'm almost positive there's not more books in it because it is just 3 brothers, and there's 1 book for each. And I finally have the other 2, even though it took me almost way too long to do it. I'm sorry. I'm horrible. And the second book that I finished in about 3 days because I didn't want to put it down, even though I had work and family stuff. I read the family stuff. Second book is called Rules of Attraction. And it has Carlos in it, who is Alex's younger brother. Alex was the main guy in the first book, and his girlfriend Brittany. It was their love story, and they are in the second book because Carlos moves up from Mexico to live with his brother in Colorado. And Carlos is not happy about it at all whatsoever, wants nothing to do with it, wants to stay with his family down in Mexico, but his mother sends him up with his brother for a better opportunity. And when Carlos was younger, he used to put his big brother on a pedestal and just thought he was the greatest thing in the world. And he feels as though Alex deserted them after going to college to follow his girlfriend. And as I said, Carlos does not want to be in Colorado. Had to take a short break there. My mom just called me to tell me about my dad. So, that's the thing. And I just texted Jake and said that she called me, so he might call me within the next few minutes. Maybe, I don't know. Possibly. But anyway, Carlos isn't happy about going to stay with his brother. He wants to stay with his family. I have no clue if I actually said that part. Brain's really scattered right now. But when he gets there, he ends up meeting this girl. And his brother knows her, and she's like kind of friends with him because she works on cars, and her father was Alex's professor for, I forget what class. Anyway, the girl's name is Kiara, and she kind of wants nothing to do with Carlos at first. She shows him around the school because they end up going to the same high school together. And since he's new, it's like a peer guide, I think they called it. I don't remember. I just remember at my school it was called Wing Crew. But this is not a book from like now. And Carlos tells his brother at the beginning of the book, like, no one needs to be tied down to one girl. You go around to all of them. You get a little bit of everything. Like, that kind of thing. And that's just how it happens. And Carlos ends up having the option to stay with Kiara because of something that happened at school. Because his brother, technically speaking, is not allowed to have him in his college apartment. It's not made for two people, and it's against the rules. So he goes to stay with them, and turns this big, huge thing, and Kiara just keeps pushing him away, like, nope, nothing to do with it. But slowly, things start to shift. And it's actually a really amazing story. I cried over it. I called Jake and, like, I was just crying about it. And I was talking to him like these characters were actually a thing. But I guess that's how it is when you're a book lover. You talk about them like they're actually people. Because to me they are. But all in all, it was a really amazing book. I loved it. I loved it so much. And I love how at the end of the book, so far in both of them, it's had a, like, 25 years later kind of thing. So, they do stay together. Spoiler, I'm sorry. But they do end up staying together. It shows I think it's either, like, 25 or 23 for this one. I'm not exactly sure. No, 26. I was close. But it shows a 26 years later view of their relationship and how things are going. And history kind of repeats itself just a little bit with this one kid that is mentioned in the last part. So, just a really good book and something that's really, like, easy breezy to read for me. It's just a simple little, like, YA romance thing. There is gang violence in this. It's not super, super violence-y. Is violence-y a word? I don't know. My brain's fried. But, I think I have a little bookmark part. Because I felt like that was so relatable to me. But, all in all, really good book. Really happy with it. 5 out of 5 stars all the way. So, yeah, that's that. That's how it is. That's what my thoughts on this book were, whatever. I'm focusing. And I am starting tonight, Chain Reaction, which is the third book. I'm really upset though. I have a strange obsession with trying to have all of the covers as the original and they match, but if you can see, wait, do you want to focus? It doesn't want to focus. But this one is Chain Reaction. This is the one I have. So, my phone is ringing. It is Jake. Thanks so much for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that fun jazz. And I will see you in the next chapter. Bye!